No longer an idea or something on the horizon. It's here. A reality today. Crypto. And it's already a part of how businesses and people trade, move, and manage value. In 2021, established financial institutions such as PayPal, Square, Visa, and MasterCard built out crypto-based products and services. This type of institutional enthusiasm indicates that crypto is here to stay. Today, enterprises are looking to diversify asset holdings, to offer crypto trading services to end customers, to pay employees in crypto, and to accept crypto as a form of payment. To support these activities, institutions need access to crypto liquidity. Coming in 2022 and beyond, at Ripple, we're building Liquidity Hub. Once launched, Ripple's Liquidity Hub platform will enable companies to seamlessly access crypto from a variety of venues. The product will support a turnkey integration and allow companies to offer their end customers the ability to buy, sell, and hold crypto. Enterprises will be able to maintain separate accounts via Ripple's custody solution and monitor and analyze transactions through a comprehensive dashboard. But that will be just the beginning for Liquidity Hub. As a leading liquidity platform, it will enable many additional enterprise applications for crypto and serve as a cost-effective way to source a variety of new and cutting-edge crypto assets. Join us for this exciting journey as we explore new horizons and applications of crypto.
It's coming, Warriors. It's here. And we're going to be part of the uncommon 1%. Yesterday, Tuesday, November 9th, you guys. A day I told you guys I was looking out for as Tuesdays become powerful as we are in Scorpio. And we see on day one of Ripple Swell 2021, CNBC is out here in your mainstream media news talking about a product called Liquidity Hub that Ripple plans to launch right in the middle of an SEC lawsuit. After back-to-back partnerships with Ripple, statements from mainstream players that they will use XRP. It's here, Warriors. This SEC lawsuit, like I said, has always been a kangaroo court case shit show of a distraction, just like everything else you're seeing in your mainstream media or your Twitter accounts or your Yahoo Finance, etc. It's all a distraction, but it's very powerful. We can't exclude that. The news matches the price that we're seeing based off the fundamental technical analysis that we've been providing. Remember that. You're always going to have the news that matches the price. We know Apple CEO Tim Cook says he owns Bitcoin as we see Bitcoin hit the $69,000 range that we've called for, and it didn't go a single penny over 69,000. We know Saturn equals 69, and we expose this algorithm on this channel. But this is all a big deal. You know, MasterCard comes out with their announcement, etc. It's all perfect timing as we enter into the second week of November. We've all spoke about these things on this channel. The 45th week of the year. Very, very powerful things. All of this coming on a date starting Sunday as we transitioned into Monday, Moon Day of the 45th week in the second week of November. A date in numerology that gave us 11-7, and we know Bitcoin equals 117 in numerology. Things we've exposed on this channel time and time again. So I really hope that you see how well the code is playing out as we enter into the end of this parabolic blow off top and the end of this bull run before we enter back into a 3.5 year hibernation bear market period. So it's about being savvy and remembering the basics and taking things back to the fundamentals, you guys. And that's what I like to do on this channel. We followed the hype for a year and a half to bring you in. And now we've started getting very serious to weed out those weak-minded individuals that still think things like XRP will hit $10,000 this year overnight. Anything is possible, yes it is, but that is, I do believe, some crazy absurd amount of like 26 trillion in market cap. Let's just worry about $7 to $14 what the technical analysis gives us this year for things like XRP. Let's get back to the basics and the fundamentals and let's go over these things. I did want to touch base on this. In the middle of a lawsuit, we see Ripple Swell holding their annual event, bringing this explosive news that has brought us past our year and a half long trend line that we've been knocking on the door of for XRP. Very bullish. For those veterans that follow this channel, you know how important this trend line is. And again, yes, it's just a trend line that I drew. Wow, it means absolutely nothing, but guess what? It's been very, very powerful, and we're going to continue to watch it play out as so. I do believe that wholeheartedly. Just very powerful. Big update, started a group chat over the past few days for some veteran viewers of the channel. And if you'd like to be a part of that, just message me in Messenger. Been banned off Facebook the past few days, so this video is being uploaded on Rumble. And it's a video that you'll have to make sure you update as you continue to watch me on Facebook. And we've got backup plans built for backup plans after backup plans, and are looking to get on more and more podcasts as well as channels and network providers other than the Facebook. So definitely look forward to that, you guys. YouTube's continued to ban me, so I'm no longer able to air on there. We'll get things figured out. But with all that being said, we'll get straight into everything today. Gonna be a longer video. Get you a snack, your favorite beverage, kick back, relax, and let's talk about a lot of things that we've been seeing in the markets. But like I said, man, your chance is here. The time has come. Some of the richest members of your families will be made off crypto, and they'll become part of the new uncommon 1%. And we see every day more and more explosive news coming from your mainstream media and Congress, et cetera, that proves that cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's no longer a conspiracy, you guys. And for those of us that have been in before the masses, we're gonna reap the rewards while some of them get wrecked. And if you don't have an exit plan built as we enter into the end of the year and the end of this 4-year cycle, then I believe you'll get wrecked and you'll be stuck holding the bag for another 3.5 years. And we don't want that to happen. So we want to teach you fundamentals and basics. None of this is financial advice, but it's just a documentary of me along my journey into the digital decade and the new quantum financial system. What I'm doing and things I'm reminding myself to do as I prepare for a long-awaited 3+ years of hard due diligence, research, and hard work. But we must stay disciplined and remember the fundamentals and take it back to the basics. Remember that. Stick to your exit plan no matter how parabolic prices get. You always want to make sure there's liquidity there for an exit. Point blank period. We buy the news, we sell the hype, folks, over here, and not financial advice, just stating that. So get ready to witness the FOMO as we experience more and more news start to break out for the rest of the year, I do believe, over cryptocurrencies. So you can stay stuck in your job that teaches you to be just over broke, or you can change your financial outcome and financial freedom moving forward. For your dome, activate, pioneers. Let's go do this. So again, humbling and very inspiring to see this come into fruition, as well as that 133 price, that 125 price that we called for in some of our past videos. It's definitely, hard work paying off. And around some of the dates that we've been speaking of, the second to third week of November, November being the month of Bitcoin, very, very important. Yesterday was a very important day, being 11/9/2021. We know that that is the mirror of 9/11, and everyone in the world knows how important 9/11 was. Yesterday was 2 months and 2 days since Rosh Hashanah that we've spoken of on this channel for quite some time now, several months leading into and after. The Jewish Hebrew New Year and the start of the Shemitah, the 7-year sabbatical cycle that we entered this year that runs until September of 2022. Very important year. We see yesterday was a date given us when added up 11 plus 9, 2021. It was a date with 25, or 11 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is a date with 25 in numerology. Very important. We also know that it gave us 52 days left in the year. I thought that was very symbolic. We know BTC, the Bitcoin ticker, gave us the 25, the mirror of 52, and we've spoken of that time and time again and exposed how that gave us the 25 as well as the 56. So very powerful. But yesterday, 11/9, November 9th, was also a date really being 9/9. We know Nov actually means 9, you guys. Just like oct meant 8, octagon had 8 sides for last month. Nov means 9. So this was a date tying us all the way back into Jupiter yesterday. 9/9. Jupiter gives us the 99 in numerology. So very powerful. When you know the truth about the Gregorian calendar. So not surprising to see this energy come yesterday in the middle of Scorpio on the day of Mars, Martes, Tuesday, that we've spoken about as well. So a very, very powerful day, leaving 52 days left in the year. We know there's 52 weeks in the year, and we know Isis gives us that same 52. We got 16 for yesterday when we typed the date out like that, but Isis gives us that 52 that we spoke about, as well as that 56 that we'll speak about in a minute again. But BTC gave us the 25 in English ordinal and the 56 as well, tying us into Isis. All right, so we know Enlil, we've spoken about Enlil and some other powerful things that give us 52 as well, but again, tying us into the moon and Isis. So very powerful. The 313th day of the year, as we look at that, which was yesterday, we know that the 313th number is the 65th prime number. And 65 is the mirror of 56 that we get in Isis, that we get in BTC, that we get in Society of Jesus. And we've spoken about this time and time again. So the same 56 tying us into Bitcoin, tying us into Isis, tying us into the Society of Jesus yesterday, tying us into the moon with that 57. Moon gives us 57. So very powerful. We know that. Again, Bitcoin highly tied to the moon. So very powerful. Moon giving us that 23 that we know we get in Bitcoin. So very powerful, you guys. And there's that 117 for Sunday, the day of the sun. Bitcoin being highly tied to the moon, the sun, and Saturn. And I expose these things. But 11/7 Sunday, as we transitioned 20 minutes before the close, we saw parabolic price movement towards the upside, which led us to this 69K top that we have now seen in Bitcoin. And you know, I've stated and put this line here at 69K for one or two videos now, and been able to expose this. We know Saturn gives us that 69 that we're seeing today. So very powerful, very powerful. Again, so as we go back to the code, but again, Bitcoin highly tied to the moon, very powerful. We saw that on Monday, moon day, 11/8. Very powerful. And we're continuing to see this throughout this week. That 65 yesterday being the 313th day of the year, being the 65th prime number. I found it very interesting because we know that enlightenment, gives us that same 65 and that 54 that ties us into the sun. Yesterday we got, when added up, 11 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1, we got the 25 that we're getting in enlightenment. Okay, the 33rd degree, when ice turns to water, the unfrozen pineal gland. Very, very powerful. That 65 being the mirror of 56, you guys. And that 54 being the mirror of 45. We're in the 45th week of the year, and we know Bitcoin gives us 45. So very powerful things. But that 65 being the mirror of 56, that not only ties us back into Society of Jesus and Bitcoin and Isis and the moon, but again, it ties us into the eye of Horus, as well as all the way back into Saturn, you guys, with the Keeper of Time, which is Kronos, Saturn, the god of 1,000 names. We not only get the 56, but we get the same 65. And to solidify this, you guys, I've got two more powerful things to show you. When we type in Ra, Isis, and Osiris, we get that 65 that we're getting yesterday, where we see this volatility in the markets on a date being the 313th day of the year, the 65th prime number. Ra being the sun, Osiris being the afterlife, Isis being the moon. Very, very powerful. Very important that we study our Roman and Greek mythology. It was our origins. Way before the English language was ever even created. Remember that. So we also get that 28 that we know is a perfect number and the sum of 56. So very, very powerful. Very powerful. And we also know that, not only that, when we type in yesterday's date, November 9th, like we like to on this channel, 2021, we get that 65, you guys. And that very, very powerful number 44 that we'll be discussing just a little bit later. But undeniable proof that, you know, we live in a scripted reality. We saw Bitcoin trading right before its breakup above 66K, just stuck at the 65K range. Not a coincidence, you guys. Algorithmically programmed and scripted ahead of time. So very important that we understand this and realize these things. This sun, moon, Saturn matrix that we live in of a world. So very important 313 again being a very powerful number. We know the orange guy handed control over to FEMA last year on 313 March 13th, Friday the 13th. So a very powerful number again, very scripted, very powerful number. As we looked at yesterday's date again, it was 2 months and 2 days away from Rosh Hashanah, which gave us a numerology of 21 and 57 when added up. Very powerful. We know Rosh Hashanah, when written out, gives us the 57. So does Moon, and so does Society of Jesus. So very powerful. We saw volatility at this time of the year. Very important week, which is why we brought it up again. But we entered into the year of 5782 in Hebrew, and we've shown you time and time again that is 22. 2 months, 2 days yesterday into the year of 22 in Hebrew. Okay, very powerful as we head into the 22nd year of the 21st century. Very powerful things that we've exposed on this channel. That 21 and that 22 playing a key role in the markets around these times of the month. The 21st and the 22nd. And they're the full moon that we are approaching, which is why I've predictively and preemptively programmed you for any volatility that we could be seeing in the near distant future over the next few days. History over 8+ years of cryptocurrency shows us volatility in the markets at this time. So very important that we, keep an eye on these things. If we were to get a pullback, it would be any time now. So very important. So that really does it for yesterday and what I was seeing yesterday, and why was seeing this ahead of time, which is why I spoke about it at the end of my last video and previously before, as we entered into Scorpio and which is governed by Mars and Pluto, but Tuesdays being the day of Mars, I saw them being explosive. So very important, as well as it was the transition into the third week of November, it being the second week of November, it being the 45th week of the year, and we know Bitcoin gives us that 45 in numerology. Very powerful, coming after the date 11/7. Very powerful things. We're about to see Bitcoin hit $72,000 now that we've checked off another milestone on our predictions that we give ahead of time on this channel. 69K. Okay, we got it today. Not a penny over yet. We haven't seen it go over yet. Still 68K 5 range. Where'd we get rejection? 69K even. Scripted. Okay. So 72K next is 72,000 is next, and we know again that ties us back into the Jesuit order. Very, very powerful. Boom. 72. Very powerful, and we could see it hit as high as 144,000. We get that same 54 in Jesuit order that we get in Sun, which is the mirror of 45 that we get in Bitcoin. So very powerful things. Very, very powerful. Boom. It's just exciting, you guys, to see it come out and to come into fruition. It shows hard work, due diligence given, in a way that no one else is providing you. And, it's humbling. Don't like to brag, but I definitely like to take some sort of credit, for everything I do. Especially, I don't ask for nothing, no likes, no comments. Anything corrective, criticism is welcome. But if you've got something mean to say, if you want to say what you mean, you better not say it mean, is all I got to say. We checking you over here. We definitely got heart. Point blank period. And remember that. So with all that being said, we'll continue on. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Today being the day of miércoles, Mercury, it being Wednesday, 11/10. Let's look at the past history of Bitcoin. You guys, let's pull that up and let's go over that, because I was sharing that important information in my new group chat on Messenger that I've created over this. I'm in jail, you guys. Zuckbuck got me, man. So let's just put this in logarithmic view. Let's scoot on back a couple years ago. Let's go back to 2017, you guys, around this time of the year. We see starting yesterday, the 8th, going into the 9th, transitioning into the 9th of 2017, in our last parabolic blow off top for Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and get it where you can see it, so things, look correct, like how we should be viewing them now. We see that we had a substantial 30% pullback over the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then we transitioned out. Moving averages, the 13, the 21, the 8, the 34, the 55, they all, during this time period, they were still remaining bullish. So very important key indicator that I was noticing at this time period. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. We went down here to retest the bottom side. The Bollinger Band didn't quite make it, so let's keep an eye on that. Just things, past historical analysis that keeps me ahead of the game as long as we predict it correctly. It's not going to be the same, but I do predict it to be very close and similar if we were to see some kind of pullback in Bitcoin, which would bring the entire cryptocurrency market down some. And altcoins could tank substantially, so remember that. But then we shot straight back up in a V pattern breakout. Bought right back up faster than your head can spin over the next 3-4 days. And then on the 18th of November, we saw another 2.19%, roughly 3% pullback as we transition to what is probably around the full moon at this time period. Probably around the transition into the 46th week of the year or out of it. One of the two. Very important week as well. That 44, 45, and 46. 44 and 46 being very important numbers we've spoken about on this channel. Very powerful numbers. And then into the rest of the year. To around the middle of December. 4th of December. Probably around the new moon of that year. We were doing very powerful things in the first week of December, as well as the first week of January, before we fell off into another bear market. Historical data to pay attention to and to keep your eye on. December 8th and 9th, after substantial price increasement, another scary time in early December as we approach the end of November, as we approach Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, and Saturnalia in these time periods, and the new year. So very important things. Very volatile moments coming up, and I want to prepare you with enough time ahead of time, and we're going to touch base on these things again. But, we see a clear, indecisive, what looks like a blow-off top at the end of November, which then leads into further price increasement. So let's pay attention for any narratives and any bear market narratives around the end of this month that might come in if we see something very similar this year. I think we're more following I moved my field, excuse me. Alright, where's the X? There it is. Let me get that back in place real quick. But I think we're more along the lines following the 2013 bear market. A lot of things add up to line up with the price movement and things of 2013 more than 2017. I think 2024, 2025 bull market may look more like the 2017. We'll have to see. But today, November 10th in 2013, we saw a 22% pullback to retest the 13 exponential moving average. That was bought up quickly, faster than your head could spin, which is why I say these things before we continued straight out of that on the 11/11 of 2013. Very, very powerful things. And then again, right there around what was probably the full moon, transitioning out of probably the 46th week of the year, around that time period, roughly, maybe the 47th, very powerful number. Tetragrammaton 47, time 47, infinite 47. We know 47 degrees on the Masonic compass. Do you think they know these things? I'm just wondering. Highly illuminated individuals, we do know that, don't we? But we saw that retest the 21-day exponential moving average, which indicates bull runs the 21 exponential moving average. Very important things. The 200s and the 21, I keep an eye on both the 200 double exponential or the simple 200 simple, and this 21, very powerful. But this was right around the 18th and the 19th again. So I'm keeping an eye on the full moon this year that I do believe falls on, let's check our moon phases calendar, the 19th, on a Friday, Freya Day, the day of Venus. And we expose Venus on this channel for what it really is. Alright, the goddess Lucifer. Okay, so very powerful day that we could see, a potential shakeout any time now between now and then. Could we see Bitcoin continue to surge towards its 72K mark before having this potential pullback that I'm talking about? Absolutely. We can see everything surge before a final shakeout. The month of shakeouts, November. It's the month of Bitcoin. I just don't see, maybe this is the only support we need built up around 65, 61K in this little trading range on top of, previous all-time highs. Maybe. But do I see this being the only liquidation right here, 0.91% yesterday? No, not at all. Period. Point blank period. I see a potential quick wick down that's balled up just like two previous bull runs show us, and the narratives to follow in crypto Twitter and the news or whatever, the economy, just any kind of narratives. Do we see the stock market pull back at the same time before potentially finishing the end of its bull run? Very possible. But I want to, prepare you for these things ahead of time, which is why for, 2 weeks in every one of my videos, I told you about a potential volatile move. And it's predicted, preemptively programmed. I don't care what I look like, because we don't get it. I'm patient. And if we don't get it, then hey, I was wrong. But I'd rather be prepared and stay ready than have to get ready and chase a ladder that is being pulled out from under me. Point blank period. So very important that we remember the fundamentals and get back to regular technical analysis, following previous historical data, eliminating lower ranges of target levels like the 51, 52, probably the 54, 55 can be eliminated now. And we'll, keep an eye on this 57, maybe 56 and up range for potential pullbacks to the 55-day moving average exponentially and the bottom side Bollinger Band. Some of these ranges still, some of these numbers that we're getting very powerful, that 57, that 56 again still. So, be in the mirror of 65 that we're getting yesterday. So very important things. And we get that 65 again coming up that we're going to speak about in a minute. Everything's looking bullish. Moving indicators or moving averages and indicators are in bullish posture, slanted upwards. Very good. They're lagging indicators, so it doesn't mean a thing. Bollinger Bands are looking nice. Got two back-to-back daily closes with a day right now above the top side Bollinger Band that shows me continuation. So very bullish on Bitcoin. Let's check out Bitcoin's RSI, relative strength index, real quick. There's that clear W pattern breakout that we put in my last video. That would take us to, again, what we said would be a conservative range of roughly 70K. So we pulled it back to 69, and we didn't go a penny over. How about that? Anyways, I just think it's, the code coming into play here. So very, very bullish to see that W pattern breakout. I know it looks sloppy, you guys. I know you can't really see that. It's maybe if we hide a lot of things, maybe if we change from the daily to the 12 hourly, but clear W pattern breakout, and we saw that come into fruition. Very bullish. But let's check out that RSI, that relative strength index. And as you can tell, I don't use a lot of oscillators, indicators, moving averages, etc. I just keep it really simple. You see, I utilize astrology, the day, the code, and the numbers more than anything and get these things. And I want you to know that. So it doesn't matter what crypto you're in or what stock you're in. I believe if you utilize your truth, you can find these things and be able to get more than any technical analysis individual out there. Point blank period. We see it sitting at 68 right now. We know that's the mirror of 86. Tetragrammaton gives us 86. Jesuits gives us 86. We see that 36. Bitcoin gives us 36. Very powerful. So, definitely seeing this, hopefully breaking above our trend line on the daily. We can, settings, and hopefully extend that out. Well, we'll just do it like this. It ain't gotta be perfect. But let's see if we can get back above that, treat it as support. Let's see this RSI get on up there. If not, maybe we get a rejection from this little trend line and set a potential lower low after this substantial price increasement and a healthy correction to the RSI, bring that down a little bit before we move forward. Again, I see it possibly hitting that 72K now and pulling back. We'll talk about some potential power plays that could happen, but would have to happen precise, and everything would have to fall into line with Bitcoin as well as the rest of the market and the way the liquidity flows. So it would definitely be a gamble. We'll talk about those later. But again, let's look at the MACD. On the daily, Bitcoin is bullish. MACD indicator has flipped bullish over the last 2 days, yesterday and today. So very bullish. How long will it last? It could, be short-lived. We'll keep an eye on that. That's very important to keep an eye on. We could take a look at that on the 3-day time frame as well. When we're in doubt, let's zoom out. Let's go to the 3-day, the 5-day, the weekly, the monthly. Let's look at these things as well. Everything we're talking about. On every time frame we look at the charts, we should be looking at all these things. MACD has been bullish for quite some time. So a potential change in direction on the 3D for, short-lived period could be potential, or a retest of the signal line, possibly. We'll have to keep an eye on that. RSI on the 3-day. RSI on the 3 days, hey, it's right now it's fighting rejection from our trend line that we've drawn, that we've had, since we broke out of our 8-month long downtrend of the RSI, the relative strength index. Very bullish to have that breakout, and we've been bullish since. Set higher lows since and set higher highs. Very bullish. So, good on the 3-day. 3-day charts, 3-day candles looking good. 3-day opened up yesterday, so 2 more days left, today and tomorrow, before we open a new one on the 12th. And we know what history tells us on the 12th of Bitcoin. It saw its bottom on 2017 before it continued on for the rest of the bull run, before it headed into a bear market. So hibernation period, remember that. So like buying opportunities, I hope they're out. They're out of the window. They should have already been in. This is, we're just showing potential shakeout periods here, not buying opportunities. Remember that. Getting ahead of the FOMO and the FUD and the fear that could be coming to the markets and the narratives. I still think we see the remaining rest of this bull run carry us into right after the new year, where we get our last little push that doesn't even reach previous all-time highs that we set this year. And it's your last ABC AB wave out of the market. Point blank period. Just my due diligence and research given to you. So let's see. Today being the 10th, I wasn't going to do much on the decode. I just figured it was, technical analysis. Look at the charts, see what's going on. History of Bitcoin around today, showing us both red over a span of 8 years. So could we see a potential top here and then pull back for the rest of the day? We'll have to see what plays out after the markets close. What happens? We'll see what happens. But leading into tomorrow, we'll go ahead and look at the decode for that. Tomorrow being, see if there's anything. Well, 23, 2 months, 3 days. Bitcoin gives us 23. We know that's very powerful. Days left in the year, 51. That's a very powerful number. We know Moon gives us 51. It's the mirror of 15. XRP gives us 15. We saw it hit $1.33 today. Not surprising. So very powerful things. When added up, gives us that 42. Y'all to both with that 8. That's today. I mean, just some key things that I'm seeing right off the rip. But tomorrow we know is 2 months and 4 days. The mirror of 42, 11, 11. We know how powerful that number is. We know that also adds up. 11 plus 11 gives us 22, you guys. Very powerful number, and I hope my channel exposes that as we, enter into the new Jewish Hebrew New Year. 5782 gives us 22. We head into the 22nd year of the 21st century. We know Ripple XRP gives us 22. We speak about this, but we know Reset gives us that same 22, as well as Recycle gives us that same 22, that 118 date that we're seeing this bullish increasement and price increase on. I spoke about that. We saw a clear recycle to the markets on this day, and I spoke about that in my last video. But Mankind giving us that same 22, as well as Life, that 42 that we get in Reincarnation. Recycle, Reset, Mankind, Life, Reincarnation, giving us all these things. That 55 that we talk about on this channel is very powerful because it ties us into predestination, you guys. Very, very powerful things. And we'll type that in so you see. Oh, sorry about that. I had to think about it. But it gives us that 55. Very powerful things, you guys. We expose all this, the code, period. Do you think they know that we live in a reincarnation cycle and they keep that from us? And they program this code to it? as well as the ancient theological teachings of an ancient prehistoric world, with astrology and numerology, with things like the 13th zodiac that they took from us, and the 13th month with this Gregorian calendar of a lie they give us. See, when you step outside your door from now on after following this channel, you're going to be a pioneer and somebody that sees the world differently. I promise you that. In the technical 9th month, yesterday was the 9th month, 9th day, Jupiter gives us that 99, and we know, hey, that's Zeus, okay? Giving us that same 36 we get in Bitcoin, giving us that same 45 for the 45th week of the year we are in. Do you see how powerful yesterday really was when you understand that it was the 9th month, 9th day? I'm just saying. And when you see your portfolios increase because we provided you with this information ahead of time, because yesterday was Martes, Tuesday, the day of Mars, as we entered into Scorpio. Okay? Point blank, period. Remember these things and use them every year moving forward. What if something happens to me and I disappear one day for giving you these things? Because I do believe they may kill me for some things I say and expose on this channel. Point blank, period. So very powerful things yesterday and today. Tomorrow, though, as we head into 11/2021, it gives us that 9, you guys. And we know we get that same 9 in Jupiter when we drop to 0, because in numerology it has no value. It is the womb to all numbers. Its one and only law is to give birth to every number, and that is it. Point blank, period. Remember that. But we know we get that 9 in Sun. We get that 9 in BTC and Bitcoin. Very powerful things, you guys. We know 9 symbolizes completion. When we add tomorrow's date up, 11, I'll show you so you can see as I say it. But when we add it up, 11 plus 11 plus 20 plus 21, we get 63, which is the mirror of 36 that we get in Jupiter 36, that we get in Bitcoin and Ethereum 36, that we talk about this. And I exposed this 36 number for what it truly is in my last video, tying you all the way back into the 3 6s and the 4 6s that we speak about, the 36s and the 46s, because you have 23 chromosomes from each parent, making up the X and Y chromosomes in your body that give you the 46. And we know that the 3 6s are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons that make up your DNA, your body, your Homo sapien, that make up carbon. In its physical form, remember, is dark matter, which gives us 56. Remember that. So very powerful things. Okay? But that 63 is the mirror of 36, and we know we tied that all the way back into Jupiter, the dragon, and the 13th zodiac in my last video. And we know we're in what month, you guys? Well, we're in November. The month of what? Bitcoin. Giving us that same 36. Very powerful things. Very powerful things. You can't deny them. We're in the 45th week of the year, fixing to transition into the 46th week of the year. We just spoke about this number, but we see that date falls on Monday, Moon Day, the 15th. And that day is a day leaving as we transition into the 46th week of the year, a day with 46 days left in the year. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. As we don't get too ahead of ourselves, but I just want to bring that up. I think it's powerful being Monday, Moon Day, the day of the moon giving us 15 and 51, Isis giving us, the same numerology, tying us to the moon on the 15th, and very powerful things is all I'm saying. It's a day, leaving 46 days left in the year as we transition into the 46th week of the month in Scorpio. Remember that as we transition out of Scorpio shortly after. So very powerful. Again, as we skip back a little bit to the 13th, 11-13, we see that that is the day of the year, leaving 48 days, but not important. It's the 317th day of the year. That's the 66 prime number. The day before that, as we transition in that day, was 66 days since Rosh Hashanah. So very powerful week this week, the 45th week of the year, and we're exposing that right here on this timeline, on this channel. But again, 11-11 being a very powerful day, gave us the 63 in numerology. Tying us into Bitcoin in 36. So very powerful. There's that 27 tying us back into Jupiter, tying us back into Ripple, tying us back into ritual, tying us back into currency. Very, very powerful. That 72 is the mirror of 27, tying us into Bitcoin, tying us into the Jesuit order with that 72 on this date, 11-11. We know how powerful that number is. Half of you worship it twice a day. As long as you're putting your energy into good things, I think that's all that matters. Point blank period. When you see these numbers and you manifest things. Point blank period. But anyways, 11-11 we spoke about also is a day that is 65 days from Rosh Hashanah. So very powerful day this day, being the mirror of 56, Eye of Horus 56, Saturn the keeper of time 56, Isis 56, Bitcoin 56, Society of Jesus 56. Again, very, very powerful number. Dark matter 56, us, carbon. Remember that. So very important. Tree of Life 56. We expose all these things on this channel. Go back, do your research, watch the videos, and pay attention, But it's 2 months, 4 days, which is the mirror of 42, or Jupiter's logo, a date tying us into Jupiter. When added up, 27 with matching numerology. It's Jupiter's logo, 2 months, 4 days from Rosh Hashanah. So very powerful days this week, the 45th week of the year. The second week of November, the month of Bitcoin, because again, November equals 36, Bitcoin equals 36, Ethereum equals 36, the dragon equals 36. Bitcoin is the sun, the dragon of crypto. Remember that. We exposed this. It is Jupiter of crypto, Zeus. Remember that. Being the energy, overall energy, soul, Ra, Helios. So remember that. So very, very important. 11 being 11-11, we know that's the master builder number and master destroyer number. So when we add that up, it gives us the master destroyer, master builder number 22. That's what I'm saying there. So very powerful things I see coming up. 11-13, as we spoke about, was Saturn Day. Saturday, the day of Saturn. Very important, being a day to watch out for, giving us that 65 in numerology, the mirror of 56. So just very, very powerful this day, Saturn Day. 317th day of the year, which is the 66 prime number, a day as we transition out of, on Freya Day, the day before, was 66 days since Rosh Hashanah. So again, this was the last day on the 12th of our bottom 4 years ago, before we saw Bitcoin continue to its parabolic blow off top. So this day coming up on the 13th, I see very powerful, as well as some days as we head into the 18th, 19th, 21st, 22nd. We'll speak of that in a few days when my Facebook is back up and running. I'll be out doing another video before then, but just definitely keeping it censored around this week and everything with what's going on in the next few days. But But yeah, very powerful things. Very, very powerful things. No doubt. Now let's get into the price charts, you guys. Let's talk about some coins before we get out of here. Let's continue to, follow the fundamentals. Boom. Again, everything's looking good for Bitcoin. We've talked about a lot of the moving averages being bullish posture. We're just looking to continue to hit our next breakout before we see a potential pullback. Maybe we get it before 72K. Who knows? Maybe that 70K psychological range stops us from hitting it. We'll see what happens. But only time will tell. MACD, RSI on the. Let's look at the daily. You know what? We're gonna do even better, and we're gonna go the 1 hour time frame for you guys. It's about as low as we're gonna go. We're not traders. We're not looking to make no trades. Everything we're saying basically applies on any time frame. You just have to do your own due diligence to understand the lower time frames differently, the swings. But yeah, still holding support above the 1 Fibonacci extension level we've broken above. Still right under that 69K range. Can't seem to get a penny over yet. I do see when we do though, potentially being very, jumping straight to 70K real quick without a shadow of doubt. Very bullish. I can see right now we're riding the top side of the Bollinger Band on the hourly time frame. We're on our first hourly under it, I believe. Yeah, we had our possible first hourly close underneath it right there after a three hour ride on the top side of the Bollinger Band. 68,546. Yeah, no, I mean we close right there at the top of it. At least we'll see what happens. That 200 exponential and double exponential on the hourly time frame sitting there right around 66K, you guys. So very important to keep an eye out for. It wouldn't be nothing to see. What is that? An easy 3% pullback. $2,300, roughly $2,400. That's the mirror at 42. Very powerful. Boom. I'm sorry, that's a 55 and the 200 double exponential. Here's the 200 exponential at 64K. That'd be roughly a 6-7% pullback roughly for Bitcoin from right here. Yeah, 6%. Easy. We could do that in a minute. We'd be bought right back up. I'm just saying it could happen. So definitely keeping an eye on that. Still bullish posture. Everything's looking good. Still bullish everywhere. Just definitely keeping an eye out for a possible liquidation, possible shakeout, high volatile moment before we're bought right back up over a span of maybe the next few days, or in one day like we've seen in the past that I've shown you. We'll have to see what happens. Everything's looking good though for Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at XRP real quick, maybe some other altcoins. Yep, we're going to speak about VeChain real quick. So when I speak about this, I want to let you know one thing and one thing only. I have been in this project for a long time. I have entered long-term capital gains. I have never taken my initial investment out of this coin and de-risked my portfolio. But if I were to try a potential power play, it is already locked in and hopefully I succeed. I'll tell you that. So let's look at this coin, VeChain Gang. It's a very big deal on our channel. We see a previous high of around 20, 28, 27 cents. Not surprising. Very scripted number, very powerful number. 28 being a perfect number, 27 being a number that ties us into Jupiter, currency, Ripple, ritual. So very powerful. And we saw a, Wyckoff accumulation period, with an automatic rally out of August into everything we've witnessed with XRP and Bitcoin, etc. Same pattern breakout. We have finally broken back above our previous Rosh Hashanah highs with VeChain and are up over 130% in a matter of 42 days. Again, we are entering into the golden pocket and the golden ratio of the Fibonacci extension level, where anything can happen at this 702 range. If a coin was to enter a bear market, it would happen more than likely after an ABC correction from this range. Point blank period. Remember that. So a great de-risking opportunity comes in for me remember how I said that comes in for me. If everything with you doesn't line up with being in long-term capital gains, with being up a substantial and exponential amount in your portfolio in VeChain, for you to de-risk right now. I bought in at way under a penny, you guys. Remember that. And hold a healthy amount of VeChain in my portfolio and can afford to de-risk my financial or my initial profit and take this gambling opportunity that I see coming if it plays out correctly. Everything will have to fall into line here with Bitcoin, VeChain, etc. So it's going to be a risk that I'm going to be gambling my initial investment back with. Remember that. So, if your things do not line up with this, just ignore this few minutes of this video and carry on. Or any other gambling opportunities that I lay out there. If you are not savvy and are not educated and do not know what I'm talking about, then this is a great time, and why maybe I've added you to the group chat so you get the next 3.5 years to prepare for the greatest time coming in 2024 and 5. We've got one bear market left until we retire, and we'll be advanced traders within the next 3.5 years if you continue to follow this channel. Point blank period. I am going to be the best mindset, health, and financial advisor coach there has ever been. Why? Because I manifest these things into reality every single day. Remember that. I am what I say that I am. Very powerful sayings. So I'm looking to exit around 21 cents my initial investment in VeChain, around this golden pocket of the 702, in between the 618 and the 786 Fibonacci extension level. A great de-risking opportunity to get my initial investment out for the first time after entering long-term capital gains. I was back here. I was stuck holding the bag, you guys. I guess I was chasing the FOMO and the fear of missing out, thinking it could just go higher after we, went up over 200+%. I won't get stuck holding the bag this time because I'm able to de-risk. I'm up exponentially. I hold a healthy position, and I'm getting my financial my initial investment out, not financial advice. And I'll be looking to place a sell or a buy order just as soon as I sell at 21 cents. I'll place a buy order to accumulate again with that money at roughly 15 cents. It is not uncommon to see a rejection from the golden pocket and a previous retest of the 618, the 5, or the 382. Maybe even as low as, some lower levels. It's never uncommon to see these things. And we're not guaranteed them at the end of the bull run. But if I see a very volatile moment coming forward for Bitcoin, and VeChain is able to get to 21 cents before then I will be able to hopefully, accumulate a larger portion of my portfolio in VeChain. I'll be able to, make a little something happen with my initial investment that I've already taken out at that point. Maybe I can just set a long from 15 to say 72 and see if it hits. I'll set a long position and I'll see if I can hold it till 72 if we see 72-cent VeChain, and I'll sell that initial investment again. Again, none of this is financial advice. It's just looking what I'm looking to do. All of this could, fall through the shitter, and I ruin my initial investment, and I'm still stuck holding the bag throughout the rest of this bull run that I'm gonna have to really, really, capitalize on as I exit out the rest of my holdings. But this is a very powerful play that I am looking to execute moving forward, because I do see a potential bull trap come for the markets, a potential liquidation event that's going to happen very quickly and be bought up very quickly as we transition through the remainder of this week into the 46th week of the year and into the full moon, which is around the 21st and the 22nd of the month, 3 days before. And we know full moons bring bearish energy to the markets, and we've spoken about this. I know I've stated that they might not be as bearish as they were, but I do see a quick event possibly happening. We're going to stay ready so we never have to get ready, and try and capitalize off of this. Hey, maybe I'm wrecked, and I'll be transparent with you guys and let you know how that goes. But just what I'm looking out for in VeChain, and I wanted to reiterate and clarify that, and make sure I hit on some key notes there on how you should approach that if you're not in long-term capital gains, or if you haven't seen a exponential increase in price in VeChain for your portfolio. This is what I'm doing. Don't do anything I'm doing. You could get wrecked. Funfair is a token I'm putting, I'll put out in the group chat for you guys. Highly risky, highly volatile, but could be highly rewarding. Clear W pattern, possible breakout. We saw a pretty big move already today. We'll see what happens. Nothing spectacular or special, but this coin, if it was to move, it's going to look something like this, and you'll have to have limit orders set, and it'll be done, and it'll happen that quick. And if you're not exited out of that coin through your limit orders that you hopefully hit, I don't even see it getting to $1, to be quite frank. We would be lucky, boy. You could possibly turn 2K right now into Jesus. If it did hit $1, which that would be a substantial amount of liquidity coming into this, which it could happen. This coin pumps. For 3 years, I've watched this coin just pump, and it very well could hit $1. But I will be exited before then. Not financial advice, but my targets are set in the group chat. You know them: 22 cents, 42 cents. I think it was 69 cents and 72. I don't remember, to be quite frank. But they're already set. If we hit it, we hit it. If nothing happens in this coin, then we're stuck holding the bag, you guys. Point blank period. But I see it being a potentially rewarding coin that I followed for 4 years and held for 4 years. I'm already up exponentially, and I guess you should know that. I initially put $200 in this investment, and I'm up roughly $2,200. We've taken our initial investment out at the beginning of this year, around April, when we saw this price increasement back here. We're holding the house's money. But still very bullish on this. That says nothing, though. All the bullish indicators are pointing towards price increasement on the daily time frame. We're getting the 8 flipping the 13, flipping the 21, flipping the 34, flipping the 35 again, which we typically see substantial price increasement right after. Around the top side of the Bollinger Bands, like everything else. I just don't see this not pumping with everything else again. Maybe because I put it out there, it for the first time doesn't. How about that? But again, just highly bullish on at least getting back to previous all-time April highs of around 6 cents, 4 cents up. So again, that'd be a healthy increasement just to there, even if we don't reach all-time highs of roughly 14 cents, 16 cents that we've seen in previous bull runs. Just a highly speculative, highly risky yet highly rewarding gamble that I think could pay off. This is where I gave it to you, and look at what we've done so far. So we'll see what happens. Again, anybody that wants access to the group chat, just let me know. Send me a messenger and message. I'm searching for highly illuminated, highly enlightened individuals that will bring something to the table economically, financially, and educationally. Corrective criticism is allowed. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean. Just very important things, fundamentals that I think we should be aware of. I'm looking for people that want to become part of the uncommon 1%. I ask for nothing. I just ask for you to, do your own due diligence. You don't have to bring nothing to the table. Maybe you just sit back and watch like everyone else. But I do expect to be building a team in the near distant future of advanced traders, advanced economists, advanced financial advisors, etc. And everything will be provided out of my own pocket and be done over the next few years. So donations are always going to be accepted in the near distant future. For anybody that my channel's helped, if you felt obliged or obligated, it would be much obliged is what I was trying to say there. But nothing, again, never going to ask. Not even throwing that out there as a hint. Just saying big things coming in the near distant future for the daily candle close news, XRP after dark and XRP in the morning. So very bullish, excited about the future coming up as we transition out of this bull market and into the moment we've been waiting for 3 years. We've looked at Funfair, Bitcoin, XRP, Shiba Inu Moon Puppy is lost in flight, you guys. Shiba Inu Moon Puppy is lost in flight. Anything under the 786, if we don't hold, I'm gonna start getting a little bearish. But we saw Shiba Inu pump over 90 million%, you guys. We got in this coin down here, was able to ride this up. If we don't see it continue on, then we just don't see it continue on. How about that? We were able to get our initial investment out more than once. We have one more exit target left and 20% that we will hold till 2025. There's nothing wrong with holding 40%. We were blessed to get to the 1618. If we were able to get up above again and that last target range right here at the 2618, we'll be blessed to get that and shed another zero off the price. Something I'm still holding for, so maybe we'll see that. All these profits are capitulated and exited and entered into XRP and other low cap coins like HBAR and things that are highly undervalued that haven't pumped yet. And we'll just continue to keep an eye on this puppy and see if we can, if Houston can make contact. So we'll see what's up. Talked about VeChain. XLM at 43 cents. Oh my God. Blast off. XLM blast off. Next target range. Boom. Right here. 51 cents. 50 cent XLM. Next stop. We got our 42 cent blast off for XLM. Price confirmed above the 382 Fibonacci extension level. That's 42 cents. Saturn equals 42. Not surprising. We finally got out of the 236 reaccumulation zone that we've been just slowly fucking. XLM's a shit coin. You see how much it pumps and dumps? Shit coin. I just want you guys to know that. Same as XRP, to be quite frank, if I could today. Just straight red pill you guys on that. It's not a shit coin, but it pumps like a shit coin, XRP does. And XLM, well, it does too. And they're just highly suppressed. Remember that is all I'm saying. So we're going to see it pump to 50 cents next. We're going to see it pump to 57, 58 cents next. We're going to see the golden pocket of around 62 cents, 63 cent XLM. We break above that. We're back at all-time highs. We're pushing 90 cent, 81 cent XRP, very powerful number right there. And then we're looking to hopefully sell at around $2.20 XRP or XLM. I mean, we'll be lucky to see $3 XLM. We usually get stopped out in between these two levels right here for coins, so we'll see what happens. Maybe we see some of these absurd price targets that people call, but we got another 500% till, I'm already shaving profits. Point blank period. Remember that. I'm not financial advice, but I use technical analysis, the fundamentals, the code, astrology, again, dates to get these things. And I'll be completely transparent as fast as I can in group chats, on posts on Facebook, on Rumble or YouTube, or not YouTube, but Facebook is anywhere. Videos, I'll be being completely transparent like I promised I would be. So very important to see XLM break above 42 cents. I just saw that. I had to say something. Dot's retesting the 50 cent psychological range, you guys, which is also a retest of the 1 Fibonacci extension level. Could we see it drop down to the 34, which is the 888 level? Very powerful number, that 888 level of the Fibonacci extension. We don't speak about that much, but that's what's right here. Or that 21-day exponential. We could see a 47, 45 cent dot real quick that's bought up sharply. Last buying opportunities for dot not have already been taken back here where we told you. Last chances were for XRP, same for dot. You hold dot, get ready for blast off. $75 polka dot coming next. You know it. We've called these things. We know it. We can't wait to see dot hit down there $200. We're shooting for 157, 144 dot. 144 being a very powerful number. So, we've spoken about these things. We got some levels for dot placed. So we'll see what happens. ADA, you guys, has broke back above that 702. And it's battling that 888 right now. Let's take a look at this close. Cardano ADA about to explode. It's been leading the bull run most of the year. We'll see what happens. We see bullish price increasement. This 8, this 13, this 21, everything's starting to flip. Head back into bullish posture. We got bearish there for a minute, which is why we saw this $1.72 Cardano before being bought up. Now we're going up. We're stuck at the 888 Fibonacci extension level. We'll see what happens. Retest of the, $2.15 range possible. Retest of the $2.02 range possible. We'll see what happens. That's the golden pocket, the 702. Remember that. We'll see. $3.50, $3.40 polka dot or ADA soon. I hope I wasn't saying polka dot the whole time. I still had dot on my mind. I'm sorry. But ADA, getting ready to blow, you guys. Conservative range on ADA is $6.50 for me. I'm not even gonna lie. If we see 7, I'll be lucky to get it. I'll be lucky to have liquidity to get out. I'll be blessed. So remember that, you guys. Very bullish. 5, a very conservative range. I see $5 ADA in the near distant future. Not financial advice. My initial profits will then finally be out. I took some at the beginning of the year, just a small amount. My very, very first initial investment, I took it out. My real initial profits will be taken on the next pump up. Point blank period. First target range, exit out on the next pump up. Roughly $3.50 is where we have that placed, just so you know. And then we'll have 2 more exits to accumulate or to execute after that. 20% held long term. Boom. Yeah, man, that's it for right now, you guys. We're going to stop it right there. Hopefully this was pretty educational and informational for you guys. None of this price increasement is surprising. We're seeing a clear, rejection from the 69K range for Bitcoin right now, and we seem to just need to continue to be patient and see what plays out from here, what shakes out from here. Maybe we see price increasement for the next few days until the full moon, or until the 21st, 22nd of the month, where we seem to get that pullback that we've seen in both previous bull markets. But I think it's something we need to, keep an eye out for, which is why I preemptively programmed you for it for several videos now. And I've gave you several ranges to keep an eye out for. We've eliminated some of those, the 51, the 52, the 54, and the 55 range. We're still keeping an eye on that 56, 7, and 8 range for potential pullbacks, for another double bottom after our previous all-time high breakout. Could we see a double bottom before moving up? Who knows? We'll see what happens, you guys. But with all that being said, we'll jump off here. Take care, and God bless. Stay tuned to the timeline and the videos, you guys. I know I'm shadow banned, so go to my page and check it recently. Take care, and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.